Okay, so here is our third Donkey Kong Country game for unofficial Donkey Kong month. This is the third game in the Donkey Kong Country trilogy, as you might say. And it stars Dixie Kong, who was the second banana of the first game. Or, not the first game, second game. Jeez. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Let's so first thing you may realize is that navigation in this game is much different from the last two games. In the last two games it was the usual go from level to level kind of thing. In this game, however, there is an actual bit of exploration to the world map, which I think is really nice. There's Funky Kong. He no longer has a function of getting you out of worlds, but rather has a boat place. So here you can see I'm just swimming through the water. I guess you may ignore the colors of my characters. I have a little code activated on this file that changes their colors a bit. So Dixie's not her usual pink. And the new Kong next to me, Kitty, is not his usual blue. He's sort of a green, and Dixie's sort of a purple. But Wrinkly still does the save in this game, and thankfully, it's at the very start of the game. And her save, and since you can now enter and leave a world at your leisure, as you see here, I get a boat from Funky Kong. This is the starting point of the game. And I can't go over these rocks here. I do have a horn button. That's important. But here's the first world. The same rule applies where if you get all the bonus levels in the world, you get the exclamation point. But the flags also tell you. So if the flag is at full staff, full mast, at the top, it means you got all the bonus levels. The yellow flag on there also means you got the DK coin. And the color of the flag, of course, indicates which character beat the level. So here's the first level. Again, bananas will tell you where to go. The story of this game actually is that Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong are missing. They went to explore this place for funsies, and they never came back. So, yeah, you're out to find them. And the story is that these are not your usual Kremlings by K. Rool. K. Rool is supposedly not behind all this. So I guess I should go over the controls real fast. You have your usual, walk and jump, and you can take out enemies by jumping on their head. You also have a roll button, which if you hold the button down, you will run, which lets you jump farther and such. And then the roll also will, take out enemies if you so desire to do that, which, you should. So yeah, you can roll through enemies as well as jumping on top of them. The Buddy Up ability returns from the second game, where you can press a button to have if you have your other character with you, you can bring them on your back and throw them to other places. The point of this ability is not only you can take out some enemies with it, but you can also use it to reach higher places. So I can't jump up there per se, but I can throw my buddy up there to find some extra goodies. Now Kitty, this guy, he is Dixie's cousin, I think, but it doesn't really matter. He's just a extra character that's not Donkey Kong, because Donkey Kong is kidnapped. Can't have Donkey Kong teaming up with Dixie. That'd be weird. Diddy'd be all jealous. Anyway, you can switch your characters by pressing select, and their buddy up ability is different in this game in that it depends on who is buddying up, because Kitty Kong does not go super high. At least, I don't think so. But if you use Kitty Kong on, say, this crack in the floor here, it will open up because he's super heavy. And you get a bonus level. And these bonus levels have different objectives, such as collect all the stars, defeat all the enemies, or simply get to the end. In this case, we're finding all the stars in the level, which isn't difficult because they're all right here. It's just a matter of being able to navigate your character around to collect them all. You know, early game bonus levels are easy. And in this game, you get rewarded with bonus coins, similar to Creme coins in the second game. Bonus coins allow you to access more levels in the Lost World. This guy, his name is Coin. He will be found in every level, usually with a respawning steel barrel. And the trick here is that he doesn't have anything on his shield there, but originally he had a DK coin, but I took it from him because I took him out. And the way you take him out is getting the barrel to hit him from behind. And that is the trick in every time you see him. However, he himself will be hidden in some levels, and in other levels it'll be difficult to figure out exactly how you get the barrel behind him, but that is the trick every time. Dixie herself has this ability to float through the air by holding the run button. While you're in the air, you just float around. Kitty does not have that ability. He has no hair on his head. That star barrel is a checkpoint, so if you die, you will return here. Kitty's ability is that he can't skip on water, if I time it right. If he rolls onto water, he can skip across it. Like that. And that is an ability that is specifically needed for 2 bonus barrels. And that is it. You will never have to use the ability outside of that. And it's kind of finicky. This is another bonus level type where you find the green banana, which it'll just, you know, it'll appear in different parts of the map and you just have to chase it down. More difficult versions of this involve areas with enemies that are moving around. Such enemies like bees that you can't kill. And so you have to avoid enemies while you're also trying to collect these bananas. And then of course there's the time limit. This Animal Buddy, so yes, Animal Buddies return in this game, and this Animal Buddy kind of replaces Rambi in that, again, you find them in the first level, but this elephant has also abilities such as being able to grab barrels and suck them toward her as well, if they're from a little bit of a distance, and then checking the enemies and such. She'll also get abilities to, you won't see it in this level, but she can like suck up water and spit it out at enemies. These signs, of course, mean your Animal Buddy is going away, but if you manage to bring your Animal Buddy to them, you'll get a reward, such as a bear coin in this game. Bear coins are essentially replacing banana coins from the second game, and the reason is because the Kong members of your family in this game don't actually charge you to do stuff most of the time. I don't think they do ever, actually. Oh, well, except for Swanky, of course. But, yeah, so if you get to Wrinkly Save Cave, again, you can leave this world before you get there. So you can technically go back and save that first save cave whenever you want. That is a nice addition. Basically, you can save whenever you want, you just have to foot your way back to it. Or you can, if you reach the save cave in that world, you can just save there. And you have a bunch of different stats. Shows you your game time, your percentage completion, your DK coins found, your bear coins that you currently have, bonus coins you found, and banana birds you found. Banana birds, as you can see, I've got 3 here. They're just chilling there with Wrinkly. Banana birds are a special collectible in that there's a bunch of different... there's actually some trade routes to be done in this game. So this guy had a banana bird in that cage. I gave him that seashell that you see on the shelf there, and he gave me a banana bird for it. The banana birds are key to getting the true final ending of the game. And then, of course, there are different environments again. Oh, I didn't really mention this before in any of the other reviews, but the first Donkey Kong game had, you know, various environments that you had to go through, but they're just kind of like randomly paced out. DK2 started this trend where there were only 3 of a particular level environment. So there's only 3 ice levels, only 3 water levels, only 3 swamp levels, only 3 ship levels, only 3 castle levels, various things like that. I'll just skip that bonus level. This game continues that trend where there's only 3 of every type of level, except maybe Lost World levels. Lost World levels might be extra. See, here's the coin guy again. I'm not sure if I'm counting that right, but maybe I am. Maybe Lost World levels are counted in that 3. Yeah. That was a bonus barrel I just skipped over there. And yeah, so again, these are supposedly not Kremlings, and K. Rool is supposedly not behind Donkey Kong's disappearance in this game. And so that is the sort of uniqueness to this game, in that the final boss is not supposedly a K. Rool, but is instead this robot guy that you meet. You meet him in like the 4th world, you beat him, and then he disappears, and you are supposed to go fight him again. Let's go ahead and go do a level I have not beaten already. Oh, Riverside Race. So this is a unique level actually, in that you are timed as you're going through this level, but you know, we don't have to worry about it too much if we don't want to. And there's a bearer in this world that cares about the time that you get, and if you beat his time, then you gain access to a thing. There's a little hip hop skip. Collect 15 bananas again. See, here's another example of where it's a little more difficult because there's that fish down there I have to avoid. I don't want to land on him when I'm doing my jumping across. So yeah, I mean, it's not super hard yet because it's still only the 2nd world. They do get more difficult. Ooh, I almost messed it up there. Last one. And there's the bonus coin. So yeah, let's go ahead and get through this quickly. I don't know if I just missed something up there. There's a checkpoint barrel. Ooh, I'm behind. Oh no, I'm ahead. I messed that up. There we go, invincibility. I'm kind of spoiling secrets here. This is to get another bonus level. But, this is very much like the last game, which, you know, is good or bad. It's a little... The level layout is a little different in this game. The second game... I should have mentioned this in the second game review, but the second game has bonus levels and rewards, like, hidden all over the place in, like, you never know how many bonus levels are in a level until you find them all. And then, of course, the Game Boy Advance version will tell you how many are in a level. I beat the record. Cool. And I got the bonus levels. That's also cool. I did not get the coin, though, but that's okay. Oh yeah, so I didn't even show off Swanky's thing. Let's go ahead and go back to the first world real fast. So Swanky's deal here is that he lets you play this game, and you're basically you have 3 different options: head-to-head, race to 25, or endurance. Let's just go ahead and do the basic head-to-head. This is you play against Cranky, and you're playing this ball throwing game, which is a fun skill to develop because it does come back. The skill will become necessary at one point in the game for a boss fight, but that's... Oh man, I'm losing. So basically, I have to hit more targets than Cranky to get the meter on the side there to go up. There we go. I was about to lose that at the beginning. And so yeah, that's that game. And then the other modes are race 25, you know, whoever gets 25 hit first just wins. That head-to-head one is, you know, if you hit targets, it goes closer to your side, and that's how you win. And then endurance is simply, I think it's keep going until you miss one or something. So yeah, there's those different game modes. And then as you progress through the game, you do get different vehicles so that you can, say, go over these rocks and then also go up waterfalls eventually, if you get those. Something I haven't gone to yet is there's these secret cave spots where I can't really demo it, but you get tasked with pressing... it's basically like a Simon Says game. If you look at those crystals there, you can see little buttons, X, Y, B, and A written on them. So they'll flash up and you have to repeat the pattern, and then you get a banana bird. And again, banana birds are only for getting the true final ending. They don't have any in-game effect on you. And yeah, that is the game. We can go ahead and jump now to the Game Boy Advance version just to show version differences. Alright. And then this is Donkey Kong Country 3 on the Game Boy Advance. Now, this port is much different from the other ports given. Let me see if I can open one of these without being at the end of the game. Okay, I'm not. So, here's the Funky's Rentals. Again, scaling down of the characters. Let me hire a vehicle. I'll just bust out. I'll go ahead and go to the second level of vehicles just to show that off. So, something I have to point out is that this game, in particular, compared to the other Game Boy Advance ports, is this game has a completely different soundtrack to it. So, yeah, so this hover boat allows me to go over these rocks to go to the rest of the world. So let's go ahead and you can see the map is redone a little bit. So, I mean, the maps were redone in pretty much every game. Let's go ahead and go through the first level here as a demonstration for comparison. So, so the game looks pretty much the same as the Super Nintendo version. It's just the soundtrack is completely different. And I believe the reason for it is that DKC3 on the Super Nintendo had a lot of bass in its soundtrack, and the Game Boy Advance is definitely not great at delivering bass, so they decided to, rather than butcher the original soundtrack they had for that game, they made a new soundtrack. Now, that sounds cool, that you get like a brand new soundtrack, but the thing is, a lot of the tracks in this redo soundtrack are actually a bunch of remixes from other Donkey Kong games. So like the water world levels in this game is a remix of the original Donkey Kong Country water world level music. And so there's a bunch of other changes too. So the Swanky Sideshow where you saw the ball tossing game, that is been replaced in this with a different minigame, which is you run down a tube and collect stars, similar to a Sonic minigame, Sonic 2, something like that. Anyway, I guess I'll demo that real fast, since I'm just going through this real fast for demonstration purposes. So yeah, oh yeah, about the difference in the soundtrack. Here's Wrinkly's Save Cave. Oh, this is not Wrinkly's Save Cave. Oh yeah, Wrinkly doesn't have save points in each world anymore. Instead, Cranky has his own little mini game here, which is a very simple. You play as Cranky, and you sort of block these little critters that are coming out from the sides. But he does this in every world, and it's just kind of there to me. The point I wanted to make about the soundtrack is some people think the Game Boy Advance version is actually a better soundtrack, and I mean, of course, that's up to opinion. But one thing they cite is that the first level in DKC 1 and 2 both started with an ambient soundtrack, but DKC3 didn't. And the Game Boy Advance version, the first level does sort of start out with an ambient soundtrack. on the first level. And they think that's inconsistent, but I think that it's good that the third game, I believe the third game was trying to stand out from the others by being a bit different, because, as I mentioned before, K. Rool is not supposedly the villain of this game. It's supposed to be like a different kind of game. And so I thought, with like, not all the enemies are like Kremlings. In fact, they're not even supposed to be Kremlings. So yeah, I felt like the third game was trying to, give off this vibe of being different and not your typical, rehash of the exact same thing. So I think that's a good reason why the first level music was the way it was. Anyway, this is the replacement of Swanky's Sideshow, as you're collecting these stars in this tube thing. And, I believe you have to do the first one for like a banana bird, but then after that, that you don't have to do anymore to get banana birds, so it's completely optional. I mean, Swanky's Sideshow in the original game was completely optional anyway, because all you did was get extra lives and coins and stuff from it. Anyway. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that was my best score? Whatever. And Swanky also has his same outfit from DKC2 in this game, so they didn't even port over his DKC3 sprite, which is weird. Yeah, so you still have the exploration of the map in this game. Something else I was going to mention earlier is the sort of formulaic nature of this game, as in DKC 1 and 2, bonus levels could be found like pretty much at any point in any level. Some levels didn't have any. In this game, there's pretty much 2 bonus levels in every level, one before and one after the checkpoint, the halfway point. And I don't know, I think that's both good and bad. It is what it is. You can kind of expect when bonus levels will pop up and when they won't. But something else that's neat about this game is that there's a lot more, you could say, oh, it's not to the soul. There's a lot more level gimmick type things. There's a bunch of levels that aren't just pure platforming, which, I mean, it's good or bad. This game definitely is throwing out a lot more stuff than the previous games. Whether that's good or not, it is what it is. The difficulty is, I would say the second game is, DKC2 is the hardest of the 3. Whoa. But this, yeah. I guess I don't have to talk too much about that. But, yeah, this is the, I'm going to die? No, I'm not. Okay. So this is the game. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to mention. So yeah, the Game Boy Advance version of this game is a completely different soundtrack. But I mean, other than that, it's the same levels. Oh, no, wait. The Game Boy, I almost forgot. The Game Boy Advance version of this game has a whole extra world of like 5 or 6 levels, something like that. Yeah, completely unique to this game. And they're okay levels. Nothing particularly fantastic. And of course, I didn't even mention this really, but in all 3 of the Game Boy Advance ports of the Donkey Kong Country series, there is some changes to bosses. In the first game, they changed a couple of bosses to just be more difficult in a way. In the second game, they add an extra boss where there originally wasn't one. And in this game, of course, they have the extra world, so they moved one of the bosses to that world and have a new boss in an already existing world. But I think that's about it. So yeah, oh, I messed that one up. Oh well. that is pretty much Donkey Kong Country 3. Let me see. Oh yeah, go through the menus. Oh yeah, so you can save your game whenever you want, as you can in all the GBA ports. But there's no status screen other than this. You have your time, you have items that are collected, part of the trade route, part of advancing your boat. But that's it. Save game, return to game, quit game. Select does nothing. So yeah, you can't like check instantly what your bonus level progress is, like you could in the first two Game Boy Advance ports. And this game also has no time attack mode. There's no other game modes from the title screen or anything in this game, like there was in the first two. So that's kind of a downgrade as well. Well, downgrade in terms of GBA ports, not necessarily a downgrade from the original game on Super Nintendo. But, yeah. If you have any other questions about the game, you can go ahead and ask in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.